if Putin invades Ukraine right in the middle of the Olympics.
Well, we're getting close.
That's going to be a pretty big distraction.
We're getting close. We've sent some people. They've sent some people. You think this is going to go down?
Yes.
I do too.
And some people I know that do this sort of work have said that Xi Jinping is nonplussed, very unhappy that Putin's,
with Russia.
Yes.
Okay.
He's doing whatever he does or whatever his team does to stop this from happening right now, because they don't want the distraction while they're trying to run these games. Xi Jinping sees this as a way to rebuild international trust after the fucking Wuhan bullshit and after just America talking shit about them all the time. And they're trying to become the global leader. They want to be the global moral authority, which is, man, that's a stretch.
Yeah.
For a country with a bunch of concentration camps, but people are fucking stupid. Like half of Europe is on fire right now, and we can't even see that on the news. So I don't know what's going to happen here.
My question is, with the fucking abomination that this administration has become right now, how do you trust Biden to do the right thing during all this shit?
Well, no one does. Obviously, if you look at the polling numbers, no one trusts.
No, and I understand that, but like from a military perspective, whose call is that at the end of the day?
Well, it should be Congress's, right? So we're not in any kind of agreement with Ukraine. They're not part of NATO, so we have no statutory requirement to intervene in that situation at all. Nor should we, by the way, because it's a fucking border dispute.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, imagine it this way. Let's say we got into a conflict over the Baja Peninsula of Mexico because something's going on there, or it's a breeding ground for terrorism, and Mexico won't do anything about it. And we're like, well, fuck it, we're going to go take it over. If you won't do it, we're going to go fucking do it. Would Russia start talking about how they're going to come invade America?
No.
No. So fucking shut up. Tired of hearing about it. I don't give a fuck about Ukraine, man.
Yeah, so that's my last question here. It sounds dumb. Why should we care?
I mean, we should always care when assholes are doing asshole shit, but that is literally not. They could not be less of our business. It could not be less of our business.
Yeah, so why even like?
It's not like there's ethnic. It's not like fucking Serbia and all that shit with Slobodan Milosevic back in the day. It's nothing like that.
Because why risk our troops and all that shit for Ukraine? Like, I don't even know where it's at. You know? I just found out.
Well, most people don't, actually. Actually, you know what's really funny? This journalist did a study recently. God, I think it was from Washington Post, which made me suspicious at first, but then I read it, and it was really fucking funny. Really funny. So it turns out the less likely an American is to know where Ukraine is, the more likely they are to support us intervening and stopping Russia. It's like one of those Jay Leno man on the street things.
Why can't you just admit it? Like, I have no problem admitting it. I don't know where the fuck Ukraine is, and I don't care. I don't care. Breaking news here says U.S. has placed 8,500 troops on alert for possible deployment.
Here's the issue with all this. People in the chat talking about the Crimean Peninsula and shit. I don't fucking care, bro. I don't care. I don't care. I do not fucking care. Don't care. It's none of our business. America doesn't have after 2 decades of fucked up, stupid ass intervention wars that got a bunch of people killed and accomplished nothing except for making our people rich. We don't have the moral authority, and we certainly don't have it after Biden's fucking mishandling of Afghanistan's
I agree.
We don't have the moral authority to get involved in any of this. It's like two people are having an argument about who's fucking fatter, right? And you're fatter than them, and you're like, oh, he's fatter.
Yeah.
That would be the equivalent here.
Yeah.
Just shut the fuck up, America, for once.
Look,
let it play out. Sometimes, like it is a sign of deep-seated insecurity to have to react to everything.
Yeah.
Like if you're in a hostage situation or like trying to control a riot or something like that, and the person that's the front face that's trying to control stuff is reacting to everything the crowd says, that is one of the telltale signs that shit's about to go downhill fast, because they're getting emotional and letting them be fucking letting themselves be manipulated. Fuck this shit.
So this is coming out of the Pentagon right now. The preparation for sending troops to Eastern Europe comes as Russian troops mass at Ukraine's border. And NATO allies put forces on standby as tensions rise. And Russian naval exercises off of Ireland's coast are not welcome.
Sleeper cell. Ukraine is not part of NATO, homeboy.
Yeah.
Sorry. And can't let Russia rebuild the Soviet Union. I will remind you there were 3 phases to the Cold War. The first was containment, where we did what you tried, or what you're saying we should do now, which is where we're fighting micro wars all over the place to stop the spread of communism. And then we went into détente, right? The cooling off period or whatever the fuck. We won by outspending them. Russia doesn't have the financial capability or the military capability to compete with us no matter how much fucking shitty land around them they gobble up. We've seen this happen already in history. They don't have fucking all these resources that China does. They don't have the production capability or technological capability to make money like they do. They don't have the land holdings. None of that stuff.
So what he's saying here, he's saying NATO wants involvement, and that's true. Why did? And that's what I just read off, by the way.
Because the members.
Why do they want?
Because the members.
Involvement.
Because the members of NATO, right, are politicians from these various countries who sit on the boards of, or their friends sit on the boards of, the military industrial complex companies that provide all the assets for war. They want more power and money. The end. Fuck these guys.
Yeah, I think there's no way out of this. I think this is going to go down. If it goes down during the Olympics, it'd be rad.
Well, Russia's definitely going to push in.
Yeah.
For sure. But
why wouldn't you?
None of our business.
After watching what happened in Afghanistan, why wouldn't you if you're Russia? It's perfect time for it. Fuck you, fuck Biden, fuck everybody.
I mean, Russia doesn't really gain anything by doing this either. Like, they extend themselves out further. It's like trying to play man coverage almost on a team that has multiple good shooters. Somebody's going to get open at some point, and the Russian border is going to be completely open. I guarantee you this. Russia starts pouring into Ukraine, into the Crimean Peninsula, so on and so forth. The Islamic terror that they've pretty much shut down for a while is coming right back in because they don't have the resources to hold all that shit out. This is a huge mistake for them.
Well, let's let it happen.
Yeah.
Why do we have to send any of our fucking dudes over there? Crazy.